There we go. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Captain Quasar, and welcome back to another unofficial H3 waiting room. We don't. I guess we have a few things to talk about today. The thumbnail is a little crowded. I might have to change it. Might be a little too cramped. I like trying out different stuff, though. Got to try out different things, see what works. But yeah, we have some stuff on Reddit to start with, and then going to move on to some Instagram posts, and then a few YouTube videos. Actually, we have a few to look at today, including a new one from WillyMac, and something from Howie Mandel. What up? What up? What up? What up, big pimps? Um, Welcome in, Haley. You're one of the firsts. Goated. To be fair, I'm going later, but also earlier than I had listed, so we'll see how many people come in. That's why I'm giving it a second before I get into the topics. But I think we're gonna get started because we're just talking about Taylor Lorenz, and it's just Taylor Lorenz. Um, uh, Guys, Roblox is a major platform. I thought it was super funny. My comment only had 10 likes, and she replied to it. So this person said Taylor Lorenz is a weirdo nepo baby. Ever since she started reporting on crimes in Roblox, and she had a huge controversy at the Washington Post where she was caught lying. Once again, I have never lied. Joe Biden is a war criminal. That's not a lie, and I don't understand how you believe it is. And yes, I report on Roblox. It's a major online platform. I don't know what to tell you. I find this pretty funny just because Roblox, really? Come on. But also, I've seen her make this claim over and over again that she didn't lie, she wasn't fired, she quit, she just wanted to go work for herself and, I don't know, like beg on a Substack or something, basically. So I decided to look into it a little bit, and I found the post that got her in hot shit. It was on a close friend, so she got outed. She must not have real close friends. But she got outed by somebody because she was at like a creator summit. She looks like somebody's mom. Like this looks like a parent teacher conference. And she put war criminal when in reference to Joe Biden standing here in the background, probably talking about Corn Pop or whatever his bully's name was. That story's so funny to me. Where is it Corn Pop? People really toss around war criminal like it's nothing. It is interesting because there are things that make you. It's weird to make legal terms, like to use legal terms in this way. You could legitimately just like be like evil person, bad man, or what you know what I mean. But even because then I guess even you could just say like I'm saying it colloquially or whatever, but they try and argue it like I'm just being honest, I'm just being truthful. Every great journalist loves to not be associated with a major publication. Sure, Taylor. Yeah, that's the other because I mean she talks about it though, doesn't she? Hasn't she said before that it's like oh it's so difficult that I have to be independent? But it's like then why did you make yourself independent when you were working for the Washington Post, which is huge? But basically, what I found a few articles on it, and Lorenz, who was attending a creator summit of online influencers at the White House in August, intended for the image to be seen by a select number of close friends, an Instagram feature that allows users to yada yada yada. She would later claim that the photo was digitally altered using, or saying, you people will fall for any dumbass edit someone makes. NPR, however, corroborated Levine's report and confirmed that the original post with the war criminal caption was authentic. Lorenz then wrote on X, I literally never denied it was real. She claimed that the post was an obvious meme. She was just memeing. Just a 40-year-old woman memeing on the president, you know? We all do a little trolling. It is time to get quazy, as always. A Washington Post spokesperson referred the post to an earlier statement about the matter saying, "We are grateful for the work Taylor has produced at the Washington Post. She has resigned to pursue a career in independent journalism, and we wish her the best," the spokesperson said. But on the NPR report, it said, yet the Post itself has a yet the Post, in reference to the Washington Post, itself has a tradition of reining in its journalists' public social media remarks. In 2022, the Post fired reporter Felicia Somnes for insubordination over her tweets about treatment of female journalists and suspended reporter Dave Weigel for relaying a joke seen as sexist. He left the paper several months later. So he was suspended. And she was, like, the whole thing is Taylor had an investigation going on, and it does seem better to say, I just left, rather than have an investigation go through and see that you're just speaking flagrantly. But I guess she doesn't care now because she speaks flagrantly anyways. Get her on with Schultz? What's his name? Andrew Scholes? No, I'm just reading these off to the side because I don't know if pulling up articles is good. I don't know if I should be doing that. You should be seeing her. Right there. See her? That's Taylor Lorenz right there. If you're not seeing anything, you might need to get your eyes checked. It's like the see, I just have H3 on the brain. I just had a classic H3 video fly into my head. And it's with Ian, old friend. I just need the one part. Gotta hit the transcript.
I can't see anything!
All I see is a bunch of green dots and a bunch of orange dots.
All I see is black. Is the TV on? Why is the music so sad? I can't see it! I don't see it! It says if you see 5, you're colorblind! Are you okay, dude?
If you don't see 5, you're colorblind. Sorry. Please, God, tell me someone has shown Ethan the newest Mark McGrath cameo. What's the newest Mark McGrath cameo? I haven't even seen that. Let me see. This is a deep cut. This makes me sad. What, seeing old Ian? Old, slightly funnier Ian. His most recent one I can find is this.
Yo, what is up to the absolute stud of a human being, Jack Gardula? It is Mark McGrath from the band Sugar Ray.
I think he might just be doing a real one.
That's a tough one.
I didn't see it on the subreddit, so I tried to just look it up for real. The fact that people just leave theirs in comments, I do find really funny. Someone paid Mark McGrath to tell his buddy that he got his wife pregnant. Wait, what? Did you see that on the subreddit, or was it on something else? Because I do want to see that. When a friend betrays you, were they ever really a friend at all? Something to think about, am I right? But yeah, basically Taylor Lorenz She did quit, but it seems like she quit in an attempt to kind of save her credibility, and now uses that to speak even more flagrantly. Nah, Ian was never funny. The only time I watched his content was when Ethan was talking about it. Yeah, it's kind of hard. No, I saw it on TikTok. It might be a hard find though. Then I'm gonna try and find it later though. None. Man. I'm going to literally do a deep dive to search for it later. Oh, this hit too close to home. I forgot I pulled this up. I know who Taylor is because of the R.E. Jacobs stuff. I guess I might figure out who R.E. Jacobs is because of the Taylor Lorenz stuff. But here's something. Rhett and Link went camping like a month ago.
Welcome to Good Mythical More on a Sunday.
You're not camping. Oh.
It's only be one of them. Like, where would it be on the list? I don't know.
I thought you were gonna say.
The Camp Caraway as kids. The only time I went to a camp and I didn't poop the whole week, they made burgers in.
I
already had quite a bit of this already. The first time we burned it.
We burned it so much you couldn't see the Doritos in it last time.
I am creeping towards that thou wow. We'll get there one day. Like and subscribe if you haven't already.
And Stevie would like to read it.
Important!
Haha, good fun times on a camping trip. Don't you see how effortlessly you can create content? Didn't you see Boogie be buried alive? Have you even considered what you can do?
Stevie, you're gonna get in trouble.
You're gonna turn them against you.
Who?
The Mythical
It's a
Kitchen.
little funky.
Oh, I had so much fun, and did you have so much fun watching
so
it?
much fun.
I almost believe they're just on a soundstage. I think it is outside, but I want to just believe that they're just doing it on a soundstage, that they just have like a, just like a multi-billion-dollar setup. Are you a camping fan, Quays? I love camping. Camping's so much fun. I've actually had some bad camping trips, but the camping is never the bad part. It's usually the people you bring with you. I will tell those stories another time, but realistically, I think that camping is a chance to rid yourself of earthly desire. No, it's just you can really let yourself free for a minute and get some fresh air, some much needed fresh air for a lot of people. Especially if you can get a good spot. Obviously, if you're just like setting up in the middle of the desert with a tent, it might not turn out too well. That could be fun too, though. I've actually done that once before too. We did like a desert camping trip with me and my dad, my brother, and then my dad's friend, or it's a couple of my dad's friend and my dad's friends and one of their sons, and me, my brother, and my dad's friend's son went for like a hike, and we went kind of far, and we found like a lake that was then like this wooded path, kind of dense forest almost, but it was kind of in the desert. It was just like a little patch of trees for some reason that was really dense, and they were like, we're gonna go check it out. So they start walking through, and as they walk through, I see a bunch of cows start walking up, like grazing up on the hill. It was very interesting. Very good times. But I really do think you have those opportunities to just, think, what does it all mean? Why are we all here? And then you can scratch your head and freak out and bang it against the ground, or, whatever helps you out. I've never gone camping in a tent, I don't think. I've only done camping in a tent, but I've only gone like 4 or 5 times. I think my family members had an RV, but then I'm pretty sure my family still stayed in a tent. But maybe there was an RV when I was really little or something. I don't know. But yeah, go check this out. Rhett, Link, and Stevie go camping. This Good Mythical More channel has 4.37 million. Oh no, scary. They have almost 20 million.
We're trying fish from around the world.
Let's check out. Is Mr. Beast... Did he hit it yet? Damn it! Fuck, he missed... It's 421 now. We missed the fucking weed number, god damn it. This is some bullshit, man. I missed the funny weed number because he's growing too rapidly. 421 million is absolutely fucking insane. And just for reference, remember T-Series, the channel that absolutely demolished PewDiePie at one point. It only has 300 million. So they are literally... Mr. Beast is doing what T-Series originally did to PewDiePie. What's PewDiePie at? PewDiePie. Still only 110 million. Interesting. See, he needs to just do more of this type of stuff. Just keep...
We're on a mission to give
the philanthropy. What? I didn't know you could do this on a channel. You can do collaborators now. Maybe it's for fundraiser stuff. So interesting.
2 million people all around the world clean water. This village in Malawi now has clean water, impacting over 1,000 people. This is the first of many projects we're going to be doing in the largest creator collab.
I saw someone do a teeth analysis of Mr. Beast, where they were saying that if you look at different frames in the same video, he has veneers, but sometimes he doesn't. It's really interesting. Like, it might just be editing that they make it really straight.
In history, over 3,000 of your favorite...
Let's see if it's true in this one. I want to just see if we can see in a different scene his teeth aren't as straight.
We can all agree this is very unacceptable. I mean, look at those...
Yes, you're right. Still water is not a very good thing to drink. You're very correct about that. Got him new bikes too. See, if he sticks to the philanthropy, good stuff. If he hires more lolicon enjoyers, we might have a problem. The only nice thing that happened to me on a camping trip was finding a tarantula molting and protecting it until it was done. Hey, that's pretty nice. You got to help a buddy out every once in a while. That's the whole point of our ecosystem, right? Is we're all just trying to figure out how to make it work. The spiders need to live to kill the... Isn't there like a tarantula... Or no, a tarantula hawk is the bird that eats a tarantula, right? Isn't there like a tarantula that eats birds? We need them. What if the bird comes for me? Ah. But you know, pests and all that stuff too. Put on some fucking longer shorts. Your underwear is longer than your goddamn shorts, Jimmy. Look at it. This lady's noticing. Look, this guy is too. They're all noticing that his fucking underwear is exposed. What are you doing, Jimmy Beast? Guys, don't send your money to at the real Jimmy Beast on Instagram. He's a scammer. It's not really him. If you get hit up by at the real Jimmy Beast on Instagram, and he says, "Send me $2,000 for $200,000," don't believe him. I won't let it happen twice. But we move on back to Reddit. Goliath bird-eating tarantula. Nice. Good afternoon, Clay. Welcome in. I'm doing good. How about you? Straight is live now talking about Ethan getting sued. Who's Straight? Is that a reference to something? How many are bots? I don't know how many are bots for Mr. Beast. I gotta be... The money surely isn't botted. I mean, it could be botted, but that'd be a big fraud operation, right? Getting paid off of that many like fake views and fake subs. But again, back to Reddit. Anna Kasparian trying the I can't be a racist. Some of my best friends are black in 2025. Somehow she took an already stupid tweet and managed to make it even stupider. Make an even stupider reply. Jesus, can we stop pretending like having a few token friends makes you immune to accusations of discrimination? How are we still using these McCain-Palin 2008 arguments in this day and age? Holy fuck, Hasan does it too, and it's infuriating. I mean, it's also dumb to think like, does nobody remember Uncle Ruckus from the Boondocks? You can be a black racist against black people, a Jewish anti-Semitic, anti-Semite. It is possible. Those type of people. It's oxymoronic, yes, but moronic is part of the word for a reason. So, it doesn't absolve you of anything. Oh, the channel name is literally just Straight. Oh, I'll check it out. I'll pull it up. But let me read this first. I just thought maybe you were making a joke. I was like, what's... Oh, I've seen this guy. I honestly don't really like it.
Well, boys, today is tomorrow, and iDubbbz is back in the news because it seems like he's taking this streaming thing pretty seriously, alright?
See, I think I watched... It's not even that I think his commentary is bad. I don't know. It just kind of threw me off.
His streams, so all we have is clips. We can't just like go through his streams. He's like Rogan right now, where like he probably has said more, but people just haven't clipped it out. But yeah, this man, last time that we told about him, top right hand corner, if you guys haven't seen it, trust me, you're gonna love that video. That stream was a damn.
Top right hand corner. This? Roblox Predator problem is getting worse. Yeah, but I have seen this guy before. But sorry, let me read the Anna Kasparian. We're going back and forth. I'm all over the place today. I'm so sorry. Getting stun locked by chat. Yeah, talking... It's funny. It is funny, but I'm just like... I think I clicked on a video being like, oh, wait, what is this topic? And immediately just went like... Just all of the muscles in my face dropped. But, this person said, literally, no fucks... No one gives a fuck if you criticize Israel. The moral high grounding... when you're blatantly hating Jews is what's pathetic, Anna. The Jews did this, the Jews did that. But it's never the Muslims did this, the Muslims did that, even though they're the ones killing people around the globe. So that's a crazy thing to say. I don't know if you should be like, you like to group people together. Why don't you group other people together, huh? But she replied, nah, some of my favorite people are Jewish. They're just able to see what's happening for what it really is, instead of defending a genocidal political ideology. Don't conflate the two. I know it's done on purpose, and it's disgusting. Amazing stuff. But Ethan's been kind of coming at her on a story, going a little hard. Not too hard, but I just mean like going hard, you know what I mean? And someone had said, so it was Chris Menahan, said ADL CEO Jonathan Greenblatt laments that intermarriage rates are continuing to rise among Jews. Turns out his anti-racist shtick only goes so far. The arbiter, Anna Kasparian, responded to this going, "The arbiter of anti-Semitism is worried about Jewish people marrying non-Jews. You can be 1000% in favor of interfaith and interracial marriage, but if you criticize Israel's genocide against the Palestinian people, you deserve to have your life ruined. He, on the other hand, can look down his nose at Jews who marry for love regardless." He, on the other hand, I've never heard that phrasing before. He, on the other hand, can look down his nose at Jews who marry for love regardless of religious or racial identity. And Ethan said, "What the fuck is with this lady? Do you really want to pretend like Jewish parents aren't the only ones who care if their children marry within their culture? Jews are no different in this regard than every culture. Why the fuck do you extrapolate that into Jews looking down on non-Jews? It's obsessively racist. The best way to explain the rise in interracial marriage is that Jewish families are increasingly accepting of such relationships. My brother and sister both married non-Jews. It's really no wonder Hasan is the way he is, being surrounded by such bigots as Cenk and Anna. I can't imagine what his parents think. Actually, I can, considering his dad founded the political party in Turkey that negotiated the release of Sinwar. Anna, you sit there every day profiting off of the genocide of your Armenian ancestors. You couldn't even muster the courage to ask for a name change. Kiss the ring of your Ottoman oppressors, coward." And I don't know if this was a direct reply to that. Sorry, one sec. Needed a cough real quick, clear my throat. I think this must have been a direct reply to what Ethan had said, but hey, at H3H3 Productions, I wish she would have accidentally done Producatons, but your low IQ attacks against the Young Turks name is rich considering Israel doesn't recognize the Armenian genocide and provided the weapons the Azeris used to ethnically cleanse Armenians from Nagorno-Karabakh. So how about you shut the fuck up with your fake concern about Armenians, you 2-bit genocide supporting douchebag. Funny how you have no issue with the name of the show until people began rightly criticizing Israel, and you have to be brain dead to think that an American political show that barely even discusses Turkey is named after a Turkish political group from a century ago. I'm sure that's what Rod Stewart was also doing when he named one of his most popular songs, Young Turk. Also, please eat a dick. I think this is funny because you can say it's an American political show, but Cenk came here when he was a kid, but he was born in Istanbul. There's no way that they don't know a bit of Turkish history. And from when I looked it up, when I kind of looked into it a little bit, from what I found, Cenk has basically just said that he named it after the colloquial Americanized term that just means somebody who is resisting against basically the standing basically anti-establishment, I think is basically the point. But I think that if you make that claim that it's just basically the Americanized term Young Turks is just a reference to anti-establishment, that would still be saying that it's a reference to the three pashas that started the Committee of Union and Progress, is that it? And did the coup, or attempted the coup on the Ottoman Empire. Not like the Ottoman Empire was great or anything, but it's and then did the Armenian genocide and all that. So it's still you're kind of you've put it 2 steps, differentiated, I guess. You've kind of separated it by a few steps, but it's still there in historical connotation, especially because I've recently, I didn't, I guess because I just don't follow the Young Turks, I always found it a little bit annoying. But I've seen a lot of Armenians like coming for Anna recently that I just had never seen before, which is pretty crazy. But then, and also it's funny because like, Ethan says it in this, right? I guess I'll just read this first. You were right. I've learned a lot about Hasan, Cenk, and their families since the show ended. I've also learned about you from the numerous Armenians that have reached out to me. They despise you for what you represent. A submissive coward. Cenk famously denied the Armenian genocide for a time, yet you smile and kiss his ring. But about me, 1, I don't support Israel, and I don't work at a place called the Young Zionists. And I thought like an equivalent thing would be like, okay, Cenk is Turkish though, so it'd be like a German starting like a German American starting a podcast called like the National Socialists or something like that. That would be crazy. The Nationalist Socialists or something. You would kind of like, you could try and argue and be like, what? We're a little bit nationalist and we're a little bit socialist. We just believe in America and socialist values. And it's like, I think we know what you're going to be talking about here. But then Ethan continues, 2, Israel has nothing to do with the Armenian genocide. Why do you care if they've acknowledged it? If gestures like that mattered, then you should absolutely understand why the grotesque usage of the Young Turks is disrespectful to Armenians, Assyrians, and Greeks. 3, Rod Stewart is not a political pundit. You are. Be honest. Do the Armenians, Assyrians, and Greeks genocided by Cenk's family think the name the Young Turks is harmless? I know you fantasize about the Jews of the region returning to dhimmi status, Anna. I'm sorry progress has been so slow on that. Be for real, you would hate Israel no matter what they did. I thought it was funny when at one point Hasan was trying to argue with Ethan about like dhimmi status and like paying jizya and stuff, and he's like, yeah, whatever, they had to pay fucking jizya, who cares if they couldn't fucking own property, it's not a big deal, who cares if they were fucking secondhand citizens, it doesn't even matter, it was the Ottoman Empire, it was cool. Have you not seen Palestine in the 1890s? There's fucking videos of it, bro. You can see them all living in harmony. All of the second class citizens living in harmony. It's so beautiful. It's just insane. Hey, look, another dope that proudly didn't vote for Kamala. How's that going for you? You had one chance to materially improve the situation for Palestinians, and you fucked it up. Who's pro-genocide again, bozo? And it's funny because Hasan's just been quintupling. What is it? Desuppling. He's been desuppling recently. Desuppling down on the claim that Kamala would have been just as bad as Trump, if not worse. There's no evidence. There's no evidence of it. Even though Benjamin Netanyahu quite literally said that he had more disagreements with Biden than he ever had with Trump, that Trump and him have good conversations where they get a lot done, and Biden gave him a lot more pushback. He literally said that, but I guess that doesn't matter because we have no evidence. There's no evidence. Ela Klein was a member of the EDP, so true. Using the Z slur. But here, let's check it out. I thought she had a falling out with the Young Turks too. What happened with that? Did she come groveling back like, oh, please?
You mentioned on election night, people were saying you almost looked happy, but it was more so for California results. You did not vote for Donald Trump. You did not vote for Kamala Harris, correct?
Correct.
So why didn't you vote for Harris?
Well, I think that Kamala Harris, I have a lot of issues with Kamala Harris. My main issue was that she really failed to be authentic and share a vision for the future of this country. She, to me, appeared to...
See, I think at a certain point, I hate people that make this argument, but I do think at a certain point, if you are this, like, divided, where you're like, I just hate them both, you have to just pick the lesser of two evils. I think that you should be able to side with one more, but, like, realistically, like, come on. Really. They're just the same. They're just that equally. ICP. The ICP is on the BDSM list. Oh no. How am I ever going to go to Jugapalooza now? But then, in reference to what we saw before when Anna said, nah, some of my favorite people are Jewish, Ethan said, how can I be racist? I have a lot of black friends. Literally you doing the racist white bigot trope. And then, lastly on his story, a little video of Anna and Cenk in the past.
So yeah, Redskin. I'm surprised they didn't go out there and do like some offensive like rain dance or something like that.
It's like saying, I'm not racist, some of my best friends are black, or my best friend is black.
Some of the people I gave contracts to yesterday are black, so it's okay.
Oh, spoilers, no. But, yes. Delete that real quick. Anna Kasparian trying the... I read that one. Oh, wait, no. This is the one I needed to read. Last one, sorry. My bad. Do not ask Anna about her new Nazi fans. A story in 5 parts. Anna Kasparian says, hey, at H3H3 Productions, your low IQ attacks against the Young Turk's name is rich, considering Israel, all that stuff. And then the replies are, someone pointed out and said, any thoughts on this Nazi in your replies? This person literally has SS in his name. These are a few fans you're cultivating. And the person said, destroy Israel, destroy the history of it, restore Palestine. And then the person I'm pretty sure the person who made this post is the one who made this post on the Reddit is also the person who is like doing these replies. Any thoughts on this Nazi in your replies? These are your new fans. These are the new fans you're cultivating. Go ahead and word search Jew on this person's account. And this person said, this is how you address a Jew trying to do a shit test on you. This person said, in that Jew. Ooh. This person said, he is a fat Jewish fuck. And then they got blocked because they kept replying to all of the, Nazi replies that she was getting. Markiplier, is that you? Hello, it is Markiplier, back again. It's Freddy Fazbear! Okay, we are going to start with WillyMac's show. Hasan and his criminal friend Doxxed try to ruin my wedding. What? How is Hasan gonna do that? The fuck, man? And who is his criminal friend? Is it by any chance the George Giantitis? The human STD.
Bad Empanada is a known doxer and harasser. If you go on his Twitter account at any time, you could see him doxing people. He's probably the most famous for being the one who claimed he called CPS on Ethan and Gila. He's constantly encouraged and defended people doing it. He literally opened up a CPS merch line because he thinks it's so funny.
We've got a hat. I did CPS, the CPS logo with the 2 skulls, of course, 2 skulls.
This looks like some AI garbage. Honestly, it doesn't even look like AI garbage. It looks like some literal, like, stock. Like, these are just stock drawings that he got and then just threw up the most basic font. Like, this is literal Arial font. He put no fucking time into this, and dipshits are literally buying it and giving him money just to shit on Ethan. spend your money better. You could donate that to Palestine, or do something with it. Is that what this was going towards?
Not a reference to anything in particular.
He knowingly defames.
I hope that's what it was going towards, at least, right? Because that's like his whole issue with Ethan, right? Is that he's like a liar and he defends Israel. So I'd hope he sent all that money. I don't know for sure.
People. In my last video, I pointed out that Bad Empanada constantly claims that Lonerbox's dad was part of a militia group that killed a bunch of civilians. No evidence for it. His response is to give the most forced laugh I've ever heard. And then he just doubles down on everything he made up.
He's pulling a fucking pro Jared.
Complains that I called Lonerbox, that I said that Lonerbox's dad participated in the Sabra and Shatila massacre, which he absolutely did, by the way. Lonerbox has never disproven this. Until he disproves it, it's true.
So I guess I shouldn't be surprised that when my docs gets found, Bad Empanada immediately posted everywhere. Uploads a video blasting my name, my bride's name, the address of her wedding, all over the internet. It's also come out that he's swatting people, filing fake police reports, all while plugging his Patreon. So I figured if he's making money off of my docs, I should too. So thank you, Exter, for helping.
Selling CPS bikinis is kind of... That makes me feel weird. Am I wrong? Like, it's a bikini top and bottom. Pretty crazy. But they're also sold separately for $25 each. Or sorry, the bottom's only $20.
Helping me cope. Do you have a big fat bulky wallet that's worn and beat down?
That's so fucking insane. See, I'm just wondering, like, did he just make it himself in like he just did a shitty Photoshop edit? And it was like, people love this one.
Down like this? Is your friend or family member living with the same burdens in life? Well, not anymore, because Xker is making the smartest wallets in the game. I've been using Xker for about a month now, and this thing is slick. You got this high quality leather, a place to put a picture or some cash, and at the click of a button, you got access to all your cards. It never gets old. I haven't lost my wallet the entire time because I've been using the Xker Finder card. It's literally shaped like a credit card. It fits seamlessly into my wallet, and like all great wallets, it comes in a variety of different colors and designs. So no matter who you are, you can find the one that suits you. Extra also sent me this travel pack vacuum kit. This little thing's the vacuum. I have this big pile of clothes. I squeezed all of these clothes in. It barely zips up. The vacuum attaches here and boom, it's like 25% of the size. It will fit much better in your suitcase or backpack. From wallets and key cases to backpacks and card trackers, Extra does it all in a stylish and convenient way. So make sure you use code WillyMacShow at partner.extra.com/WillyMacShow 2025 to get up to 42% off your order. Thank you, Extra, for sponsoring this video. So where were we? Oh yeah, Bad Empanada fabricating entire background stories about me and my wife.
A certain slop tuber who does nothing but make videos in which he attacks pro-Palestinian people and de facto, as a result of that, helps to further Israel's genocide in Gaza, has been outed.
You know, at least Bad Empanada ban Imma Panda as a forced feminization, as one of my commenters said. So crazy. But at least he does try and string together how, like, he tries to do like a logical like step, like connection from like shitting on pro-Palestinian like activists is then furthering Israel propaganda. Even that's just so, I mean, on its face is still stupid, because what if the activists are acting poorly and doing things that are wrong and will make the actual activism look wrong and give it the wrong, put people in the wrong frame of mind. When people see you selling CPS merch, it's going to make you look like a piece of shit regardless of if you're right or not. Like, it's fucking so stupid.
As having been honeypotted by Israel. Israel is literally assigning slop tubers government-assigned Israeli wives.
Man, Mossad's really good at their job, because me and my girl started dating 8 years ago when I was still a nobody on YouTube.
So the slop tuber in question is WillyMacShow. Is suddenly making pro-Israel content constantly. Is suddenly making nothing but videos attacking pro-Palestine people.
I want to just look at his recent videos and see. Don't let him lie to me. Let's see. So he talks about Bad Empanada, talks about Hasan, talks about Ethan and all that stuff. So you could maybe argue all of this right here. This is him just shitting on fucking pro-Palestinian activists. He's not doing just drama slop here. He's tearing them down. There's another one. He shit on Destiny, but it probably is actually pro-Destiny. Who the fuck is this? No, it's I'm Alex. I actually do know who that is. Anybody remember the E-Boys? I'm Alex, Will and E, James Marriott, and Memulus? Anybody know what the fuck I'm talking about? Yeah, you kind of hit a point. I think that WillyMac knows that he can do it about like how often does he drop? He drops like a couple times a month. So he does it like maybe once every month, once every couple months. If he drops twice in a month, maybe it'll be one of the videos. So I don't know, Willy. I don't know.
Covered Hasan before all this, it just turns out a war starting in the Middle East didn't make him any better at covering the news. So guess what? I was able to make more YouTube videos. He never addresses my actual points, it's just character assassinations for why I should be doxxed. Bad Empanada then doxes another YouTuber with the justification that he's a Nazi and that it's for journalistic interest, and then he says that's why it's important to dox me and my wife because she's Israeli.
You're actually allowed to reveal personal information about people, especially their real names, if it's within journalistic interest. You know, if there is journalistic reason for doing so. And exposing a clear conflict of interest in this guy's content.
My fiance is black. Is that why I hate racists? Am I being paid by the black Israelites? Is that what's happening?
And his personal life is journalistic interest. It's why, for example, I can tell you that the YouTuber Zoomer Historian, a neo-Nazi history YouTuber, is this guy. I can tell you this because it is within journalistic interest to do so, even though he did not release his information himself publicly. Just like how I can tell you that WillyMacShow is William McConville, and he is getting married to Yale. Now, I am not going to give you the full name of the person he's getting married to.
He literally just scrolled down and showed her full name. I reported the video and he added this little blur, but it still doesn't cover her name.
She is Israeli and she was assigned to him by the Israeli government. They've taken down this page, but as you can see, it is freely available on Google. They, for some reason, as the guy who is a public figure, decided to just publicly announce in public his wedding.
How is this allowed on YouTube? He does this thing where he constantly tries to justify his reason for doxing me. He's like Ethan doxed Denims when he sued them.
This guy has no right to complain about revealing his real name to be doxing. Because WillyMacShow went on the H3 podcast, which is a podcast that frequently doxes people. In Ethan's recent video talking about his lawsuit against 3 young women, he included unredacted legal filings that he made that include their real names and their real locations.
That's just how legal filings work.
Here's a video clip of Ethan Klein doxing a random Instagram commenter on his show. Ethan goes through the guy's Instagram, brings up pictures of his family members.
The commenter commented from their Instagram account with their full name talking trash to Ethan. It had loads of pictures of them and their family on it. I didn't get sued. I didn't comment on your video with my full name. At the end of the day, my crimes are marrying a Jew and going on a podcast. He's nonstop lying about me and my wife, saying she was in the IDF. His fans are saying she murdered babies. He's saying propagandists should die as he's calling me a paid propagandist. They're saying we're valid targets. He posted a photo of what he thinks is my wife in the IDF, but they're actually just pictures of random teenage girls. I asked my wife what this was, and she thinks it's the Israeli Girl Scouts, so he's just posting little girls on Twitter. My wife didn't.
Bruh. If that's actually
what. Israeli Girl Scouts, so he's just posting little girls.
If it really is just. Because, like, they don't have any, like. There's, like, a badge here, but she doesn't have any type of, like. You know, patches or badges or name tags or
on
anything.
Twitter. My wife didn't serve in the IDF. She came over here at 3 years old. On top of it, he doesn't even know her politics on that situation. He's just being racist. But the worst thing he did was post the date and address of her.
No, again, we need to remember, we gotta be clear, because these fucking idiots like to be super pedantic and, like, I keep seeing videos of people being like, well, if you look at the etymology of words, it's so fucking dumb. So just be super clear. You're being xenophobic. You hate Israelis, yes or no? I feel like most of them will just go, no, I do. No, yeah, that's right. Only the bad ones, though. Whatever the fuck that means.
Our wedding the week before it took place. He does it multiple times throughout the video, showing an archived page of our site, because we did take it down to try and hide it, but nope, there it is. The time, the date, the address.
Yale and William McConville are getting married very soon. Yale, who is Israeli and Israeli government-provided wife.
So now our wedding is being messed with, and they are wasting the time of our venue, the hotel, and 2 police stations. It's costing me thousands of extra dollars in insurance and potentially closing down the entire building, and my bride is coming up to me and asking me if we're about to be double homicided at her wedding. I'm like, no, baby, these people don't leave their mom's basements, but she sees the news. She saw 2.
That's why I'm just not, when I get married, it's just gonna happen. It'll just happen in the night. And then we'll wake up and probably tell people.
2 low-level staffers at the Israeli embassy get shot and killed. She's worried. So I'm being told by the police that I should go online and see if there's any direct threats. And I see a video made by a guy who hates me, showing all of my information and giving a hypothetical where I'm a valid target because Destiny's a hypocrite.
Stevie said anything involving this bad empanada guy or anyone that supports him is justifiable ammo. Anything is justified against Bad Empanada and anyone that supports him. Let's apply those standards. Why are we saying this about Bad Empanada? Well, it appears to be because Bad Empanada doxed WillyMac's wife. So, would Destiny be saying that those who dox people, those who make calls to violence or allusions to violence, should be fair game, and all of their supporters, all the personalities that back them up, all the chatters that back him up?
This is essentially a Destiny snark community.
And we know that Manima Panda has doxed people in the past. So we don't know. Sorry, I don't mean to defame you, buddy. It's just there's been credible evidence of people, being like, it was him. They're doing it to me. We found the logs. Help me.
This guy's narrative for the past 6 months is that I'm covering for Destiny despite me making 2 of the most in-depth videos criticizing him. Their evidence behind this is I said Destiny is better at covering the news than Hasan and Vosh, which is somebody who has made videos on all 3 of these people. I think that's objectively true, but I digress. But most importantly, it's that when these 2 do something stupid, I make fun of them back. The truth is, Bad Empanada did not originate my dox. He maliciously spread it everywhere, but my dox originated on a niche forum by this guy's unhinged viewers. So when I see this clip, it's obviously a dog whistle to fuck with me. He literally gets a donation that says, I understand what we must do. Wink, wink.
Anything is justifiable against Destiny and the people who support him. No? Is that not the standard? That's what he's laying out for me here. Now, I have principles. I don't think it's no bad tactics, only bad targets. That's not me.
As he's literally showing my docs.
But Destiny is very clearly laying out that those are the standards that he believes in. Those are the standards he wishes to be enforced. Is if you're a doxer, if you call for violence, anything is justifiable against you support.
They go low, we go lower. Good mentality.
Okay, that's not what I'm saying, Max. Actually, I just explicitly said otherwise, actually, Max.
He's got a shit-eating grin on his face. He knows what he's doing. This then gets retweeted by his friend J-Stock, who pushed the exact same narratives about me.
I want to get married in a dark swamp in the night looking like a mysterious ghost. I want to have a shotgun wedding, but I get to carry the shotgun.
Obviously very unhappy about this. It's affecting my real life, but instead of anyone actually acknowledging this, they do what Bad Empanada did and try to hypocrisy hunt to justify their actions. They're like, why aren't you mad at Destiny? He quote tweeted your docs too.
Why aren't you mad at Destiny himself?
Destiny is defending my already viral docs that's already in the hands of all of the people who hate me. We're acting like context and scale don't matter. It was actually kind of nice to see someone with a big audience who I've criticized in the past stand up for me and say this is wrong. But look at this comment. Willy refuses to acknowledge the obvious, that Destiny is the biggest proponent in spreading his docs. No, it was actually Bad Empanada who did that. Do you know how time works? They hate Destiny so much they're ignoring the very reality we live in. That's what I don't get at all. Is he perfectly fine with his docs being spread around as long as the person who's spreading it is condemning it? At this point, my docs is already spread. The toothpaste is out of the bottle. What bothered me most in this moment was the narrative that I deserve it, or that it's part.
The toothpaste is out of the bottle. Nice one. The cookie is turned to crumbs. The cars run out of gas. What else we got?
of some greater destiny justice. If Queeman pulled up my docs and only said bad empanada...
Who is that twerp? I don't know. Is this Carl Jacobs? I can't tell.
Sucks for this, I wouldn't care. It's the dog whistle call to action that's the problem. It's so obvious, yet I'm seeing respected commentator Augie call me a hypocrite because I said doxing is wrong.
This is from a month ago. Willie says, you should delete this. It's just doxing and a shit thing to do to someone whose worst crime is being annoying on the internet. So you have that situation there. So there is twice replying to JStock's docs, but then he got...
LMAO, I'm sorry, but I can't with those accents. They're so annoying to me. The only accents I can handle are Irish, American, Canadian, and English from India. Well, I'm sorry to tell you this, but you're a racist. You need to become more. You need to be in a more ethnically, more racially and ethnically diverse area. Have you ever heard this? Who's ever seen the show Still Game? I feel like if I play a second of it, is it gonna get the stream taken down? Let's see. Let's test it out.
Take drink. 2 lager. Would you mind getting this, Victor?
Certainly, Jack.
I'm trying to keep my small change to tip the concierge in the lavatory, who will no doubt offer me an array of expensive colognes from around the world.
Now, to lunch.
See, I'd have to find like a good moment, because there's a few where you cannot understand the show at all if you're not from this area, I assume.
I'm not finished with you yet! I'm gonna be with you! Then you're gone! Come back here to you! I'm not finished with you!
It's a beautiful language, I have to say.
Upset about fucking his docs being shared.
Yeah, holy shit, it's as if context matters. It's as if me calling out a tweet that already has 100,000 views doesn't add any negative effect.
What the fuck is this? It's a TV, it's like I think it's Scottish. It's a Scottish TV show. Still Game show. Yeah, it's popular among Scottish audiences is what it says. There's 10 seasons. I think it came back. It was on Tubi for a while, but now it's on Netflix. Yeah, they're in Glasgow. Okay, I was right. Yeah, it's deaf Scottish. It's what I thought, but I want to make sure, because you know there are those videos of Irish people sounding the exact same way. But I guess if you told them that, they'd say, "What the fuck are you talking about? You sound exactly like people on the others in Boston in America." And I'd call them a liar.
Fact, he pearl clutches and gives this big performance about my quote.
I say this as a non-English native speaker, by the way. Don't qualify now.
Tweets.
I showed you 2 times. Here he is doing it a 3rd time just a few days ago before I even did this stream. And I actually had to like tell him, I was like, dude, delete this shit, right?
But on this same stream, Augie shows the uncensored link of JStock's docs. He also replied under JStock's docs on Twitter. So what are we talking about? Are we gonna call Augie a doc?
Why the fuck are you quote tweeting JStock's docs? Dude, what? What? Some people genuinely just blow my mind.
No, because they don't actually care about this. He's just being performative to justify what's happening to me. Augie acts confused throughout this entire segment.
Literally days after he threw a hissy fit. Yeah, I mean, it just doesn't really make any sense to me. It's like, what the f are we talking about here? I mean, what argument are we making here? This is just crazy. It makes no sense.
I know why he's confused. It's because he never plays the original clip that made me mad in the first place. He just summarizes as they criticize Destiny, and that's why Willie's mad.
Too bothered by this, but instead he was bothered by some stuff that Queeman and JStock were saying. And basically what they were saying was, It's kind of hypocritical for Destiny to get upset at, you know, WillyMac for getting doxxed when he...
Look at this right now. I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm right here. He's right here. Hutch is right here. Destiny's right here. This is what I like to see. This is how we know we're making quality content.
He has a history of doxing people and is currently right now calling for their doxes, right?
So he never plays the context and then acts like the reason I'm mad is because they called Destiny a hypocrite.
Yeah, I haven't seen much of Augie, to be honest.
Nothing about my wedding or my bride. How is that possible unless you're being bad faith? I'm not even sure if Augie knows what a dog whistle is. He's like, unless Queeman pulls up Willy's docs and then says, I love doxing Willy, it's all fine.
This isn't really a point against WillyMac. It was mainly a point against Destiny. I don't think at any point Queeman was like, yeah, and he got doxed, and I love that. You know? I don't think he ever said that, right?
Bro, if you're this stupid, make life better for everybody and just quit. Destiny has recently doxed J-Stalk and Queeman. His motivation behind this is that everyone they associate with him ends up getting doxed and harassed, so he's doing it back to them. The victims I know are Destiny's girlfriend, Dan Saltman and his family, me and my—
I'm telling you, I get all my best jokes from Papa Gut, even if unintentionally. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Wait, Papa Gut already watched this? What do you watch it, like 10 hours after it came out? Like 2 hours after it came out? He's stealing, he's siphoning views. Papa Gut, he's about to get a copyright, he's about to get a letter in the mail for copyright infringement.
My wife, Hutch and his family, Augie pulls up Destiny's employees saying she was swatted.
I was also swatted. Now, why would she be saying that she was also swatted in a reply to this clip? Is she saying that J-Stalk and Queeman had some part in her getting swatted? Or that their communities had some part in this?
Yes, obviously, but it's all just a coincidence to Augie. Augie pulls up another example of a Destiny viewer saying they're getting threatening letters sent to their house, and Destiny's like, I don't believe them, but even if that happened, it's still not that community's fault.
A couple months ago, because I'm a fan of Destiny in the J-Stalk server.
Damn it, Papa Gut, you're too fast. He's too quick, too speedy, too agile.
Someone in his community sent a letter to my home. I've moved since then. Thanks for telling us, by the way. To my house saying I defend Destiny because I want to rape my wife and my patients. I'm gonna put an X to doubt on that one. And even if it did happen, right? Who's responsible for that?
What about the guy dog whistling that I'm a valid target and getting—
He just made an LA Noire reference.
A dono saying they
He said X to doubt.
Understand his orders.
Anything is justifiable against Destiny and the people who support him.
I don't think
I mean, by the same logic, you saying this then leaves you up to, like, and me saying it now leaves me up. Fuck. But I don't believe it. No, it's bad. I'm not saying that ironically. Fuck. Nah, but legitimately, I don't know why people do shit like this, because it does just seem like you're... Like, do you think you're being that coy? It's pretty obvious what you're doing. Especially when your dumbass fans are going to, like, super chat and be like, got it, boss. Got it, boss. We'll be right on that one.
Creators are responsible for every one of their unhinged viewers, but it is not normal for a community this small to have so much doxing coming out of it. I've made videos on communists, Nazis, misogynists, feminists, scammers, and traffickers. People with millions of followers, yet this...
How many of those people support Palestine and hate Israel, huh? Did you even do the fucking math on that one?
Tiny little community is where all this doxing takes place, and it's just out of their hands. Dude, they're obviously feeding into it, but Augie knows nothing. He can't even recite me goofing on them accurately. J-Stalk has criticized Destiny for creating a metaphorical rape machine.
Why does voice get all deep for a second? J-Stalk is recently... Listen.
Recite me goofing on them accurately. J-Stalk has criticized Destiny for creating a metaphorical rape machine, partially because he had sex with BPD girls. Then when these girls call him out for being abusive, everyone thinks they're just crazy. J-Stalk then had sex with the same BPD girl.
Everything Destiny's saying here is true. Actually,
it's always projection. Never forget, it's always them projecting. They want what you have.
It's not true. Actually, everything Destiny's saying here is complete bullshit. Destiny says, and to think that this was the same guy, J-Stock Jewstalker, who spent the last year saying having sex with mentally ill people equals rape. Crazy, huh? No, you f***ing retard. That was never the argument that you have sex with mentally ill people, that means you're raping them by default. The argument is that you don't give a f*** about their consent because you'll share their images, videos of them doing all kinds of sexual stuff. You'll share that with anyone.
No, Augie. J-Stock actually specifically said it's not about sharing images.
I think that the main talking point is that Destiny distributes people's nudes. And, like, it's like a weird sex.
I think that's not the same.
I thought he started choking.
And, like, it's like a weird sex.
I think that's not the same, the main talking point. I think one of the a massive talking point here is the infinite rape machine, okay? How does the infinite rape machine work? It's a massive talking point, which you'd know if you're a part of if you watch the Sunday video. It's not just about nudes, bro. It's about a system that let this happen for so long.
And what does Sunday say? Part of the machine is Destiny targeting mentally ill women.
And the victims are also selected, either for mental illness, allowing them to be easily construed as hysterical or deceptive when they complain about their treatment.
So when it leaks that J-Stock is having a secret relationship with the same BPD girl and she crashes out on him multiple times, it's funny. I'm giving him shit. I'm allowed to talk shit back to these people. I talked to Augie about the same exact thing a month ago and told him if he wanted to find it, he could just watch the ending to my second Destiny video. But he didn't watch it. He'd rather make stuff up. Bro, you're sitting at a computer right now. Feel free to use it. Augie ends this hour-long segment on me summarizing that the only reason I'd be mad is because I'm stupid or because Destiny controls me, feeding into the narrative that got me doxxed in the first place.
It's hard to, like, logically understand why he's posting this shit. I mean, the two options is literally just he's, like, brain dead retarded right now, or he's controlled opposition.
Really? That's all you could think of? Well, let me give you a third option. Our wedding is having to prepare for fake
Augie's an R-word enjoyer. An R-slur enjoyer. Who'da thunk?
Bomb threats, and my bride.
To be fair, I think WillyMac is too, so. Hey, can't win them all.
Is worried about us and our family getting shot. Augie never once brings this up as a possibility for why I'm frustrated. It doesn't cross his mind. Seriously, if that's the extent of your analysis, you need to quit. In my last conversation with Augie, he told me a story about how he quit drama for a year because a guy named Salvo was doxing and harassing him and his family. So where is that same sympathy when it's happening to me and my wife?
Is this WillyMac? I didn't know WillyMac was a wrestler.
He shares the same empathy meter with Ian.
You know, my empathy meter's only maybe like a quarter of the way filled up.
The most reassuring news I got was when my wedding planner told me that she talked to the venue and they told her that the riffraff doesn't bother them because they've done celebrity weddings and that they're in a Jewish neighborhood, so they're used to getting.
No one's meat is. I had to like find it again. No one's meat is that good. Hey, we can't. No one can truly know that until you've tried them all. So, I'm gonna be the one to put myself on the line, and we're gonna figure this out.
Calls like this. In one sense, very reassuring because it means our venue wasn't spooked, and in another sense, very depressing because it means people are just calling and harassing this place because they're in a Jewish neighborhood. I don't know what should happen when it comes to Destiny or a snark community doc.
I hate how these guys pretend to care about women only when it furthers their arguments. That actually makes me furious. I mean, it is interesting to me that it's not always perfect, but you can usually tell who's going to at least be a little more, I don't know, like actually pro-women, actually progressive, if they're in a long-standing relationship. Because it's a lot of these single guys that are just like, I just don't get it. I don't see what the fucking problem is. And it's like, yeah, you really don't get it, do you?
Doxing each other and others. But what I do know is Bad Empanada needs to be banned. He nonstop slanders people.
Still game is my retirement plan, too. It seems like a perfect way to live.
people, doxes people, and harasses them. He recently swatted Kraut by falsely reporting him to the Austrian police for hacking his alt Twitter accounts. I don't think they were ever hacked at all.
Basically, he accuses me of hacking. Bad Empanada accuses me of hacking. Specifically, he accuses me of hacking 15 of his banned Twitter accounts.
His evidence of Kraut hacking him comes from a tweet where Kraut says he's archiving his accounts. That's literally it.
This here is the central claim. He claims, I got illegal access to 15 of his 22 temporarily banned X accounts. Well, what did I tweet? I tweet, yeah, we managed to get archive files containing everything Bad Empanada tweeted with 15 of his 22 suspended accounts. Well, how did we get this? We went to Wayback Machine and typed in his accounts.
So f***ing obviously is not you hacking him. He's saying that tweet is evidence that he was hacked.
Yes.
Bad Empanada actually just uploaded a video on why he thinks his police report was justified, and in it, he just reads his complaint.
So this is probably the most serious thing that he did, in that he publicly implied that he had hacked my social media accounts and obtained private information about me that is otherwise inaccessible from doing so, and that he was going to go through it and share it.
Hey, no neck, he's talking about the public tweets you posted. Oh yeah, this tweet where Crouch says he's going to screenshot the unhinged stuff I say, yeah, that's evidence he's going to hack me. Please believe me, audience. Like, how stupid are his viewers?
An archive file containing everything back.
No, you can technically have... Well, on YouTube, you can have multiple YouTube accounts on the same email. I don't know how many. But making emails is also like... I've, over the course of my life, probably made like 50 to 100 different emails for different, like, startup businesses, friends, literally just to, like, you know, I'm low-key one of those guys that... well, I'll sell you an email. You want that good email? You want at cat on Instagram? Hit me up. Stuff like that. I don't have anything that good though. I've just thought in the past, like, there's certain words, certain phrases that you can try and hone in on, and that's where you get like domains. And people will like sell websites to businesses because they got it first. Imagine if you owned Amazon.com before Amazon.com.
Bad Empanada tweeted with 15 of his 22 suspended accounts. Now, you can't really get an archive file of someone else's Twitter. The only way you can get the Twitter archive file is by having access to the account. So that's very suspicious, isn't it?
Or you could just go to your public Twitter page and screenshot all your tweets. He's so desperate to sound like a victim here when he's the one who falsely swatted Kraut.
He didn't want me to think that he had engaged in potentially criminal activity. Why did he make public posts implying that he was engaging in that activity? Public posts that clearly the Vienna police who investigated the case thought were suspicious enough to warrant an investigation and an interview.
What Bad Empanada is not telling you is that the police dismissed his complaint as having zero merit. He's essentially reading his own complaint and then acting like that somehow makes it more legit. It doesn't. This is only a small portion of how stupid this police report is. In short, the police closed the investigation because it was a massive waste of time. But this still allowed Bad Empanada to get all of Kraut's personal information. When the police closed the investigation, Bad Empanada wrote an email threatening Kraut to stay silent on it.
Hi, Joseph. I did not swat you. You gave me legitimate reason to believe that you were hacking my accounts in an attempt to divulge my private information and posted very public threats against me. I'm relieved to hear that you apparently denied that you were really engaging in this behavior. I will not apologize for taking basic measures to protect myself, like filing a police report. When you publicly made such statements, I would prefer to not have to talk about this publicly, as you will note that I have refrained from doing up until this point, because I legitimately never did any of the things you claimed I did to you and have no wish to embarrass or divulge any personal info by releasing any of the files I received from the public prosecutor's office on this case.
Or in other words, stay silent or I'm gonna post all of your personal information I got from the police. Kraut has vented a bit about this, so Bad Empanada has already started started lying about the facts. Crowd is currently going around claiming that I swatted him. In reality, I reported him to the Vienna police because he was openly posting on Twitter about he was stalking / doxing me for months. The prosecutor thought the evidence I provided was suspicious enough to warrant an investigation, especially one about him illegally accessing my data. Crowd told me that the Austrian police are obligated to investigate every report, and the investigation came back saying Bad Empanada had little more than circumstantial evidence, that his accusations of violent threats can both in objective and subjective manner not be proven due to there not being any violent threats, that the accusation of libel or slander is not detectable. This video is so embarrassing by him. He is non-stop lying. And from what I've seen, Bad Empanada has no evidence. He's just wasting everybody's time to get a dox. Seriously, how is this guy not banned from everything? There is some good news though. Bad Empanada is apparently on the run. I thought it was just a meme when he posted, "Today's stream is delayed as I am fleeing to a different country." But it turns out this might be real, as Ethan is monologuing his next move to track him down. Bad Empanada is on the run. He knows we're closing in. We suspected he had fled back to Australia, but upon further research and verification, he's actually fled to Uruguay. This information is probably shocking for him to hear, as he went to great lengths to obscure his escape from Argentina to Uruguay. Bad Empanada, if you ever decide to return to Australia, will be immediately notified and a torrent of lawsuits will follow. You are easy to get in Australia, which is why you're doing everything to avoid returning. Why am I telling you this? So he looks over his shoulder every day. We are coming and we will win. You can run from us, but we will catch you and we will ruin you. Have a nice day.
Bad Empanada chimed in. Does it feel good to be hated literally everywhere you go? I mean, first of all, Bad Empanada, you're outcast from society. Like, we live in Los Angeles, California. You are on the run.
I mean, you know you're a piece of shit when even Hasan pulls up Bad Empanada's video of him doxing me, and even he's surprised about what's happening.
Just like how I can tell you that WillyMacShow is William McConville, and he is getting married to a Yale. Now, I am not going to give you the full name of the person he's getting married to, but I can tell you she is Israeli, and she was assigned to him by...
Best to skip, to be honest. This is drama slop empanada content. Yeah, I don't really.
Oh my god, it's so like the ability to pivot is probably Hasan's best move. It's his strongest ability, is to be able to just move away and turn and redirect and just lie and just, oh yeah, it's just some drama slop. I'm just reading that in chat real quick. Oh, just more drama slop. Okay, yeah. Not like I just totally saw him saying that. Like, come on, man.
Can give a shit about this.
Like, I appreciate that he stopped watching immediately, but why are we acting like it's just slop? I'd argue it's a bit more ill-intended than slop content. Hasan is a guy who thinks the subreddit LSF posting his stream clips quantifies as stalking and harassment.
If I was a smart person, I wouldn't be getting ritualistically humiliated by socially maladjusted freaks that are agoraphobic on a daily basis in a mass harassment campaign online. But I do that for a living.
But Bad Empanada posting my personal info, it's just drama slop. Then he watches them again a few days later.
Bad Empanada is a good example of this, where I think he's like a crazy person. He is chaotic good, if that makes sense.
No, it doesn't. Please explain.
Like, think about how little little time I spend like shitting on Bad Empanada or whatever. Because like, I think he's coming from, like, we have different methods. We have different tactics. We have different techniques.
His tactics are doxing, false police reports, false CPS reports, slandering people constantly.
But overall, we're working on the same side.
Hasan is literally saying he supports what Bad Empanada is doing. Like, Hasan clearly knows at this point who Bad Empanada really is. He literally had a one-on-one conversation with him.
And it's so stupid, because it's like, Hasan and Ethan could agree on a million things, disagree on one thing, and for some reason Hasan's willing to side with Bad Empanada, who he probably disagrees with on a million things, but agrees with on this one thing. But honestly, I guess we don't know what Hasan truly believes. He could just be the biggest Bad Empanada fan in the world, who's got all of his knowledge from Bad Empanada videos.
Where Bad Empanada said these people deserve to be harassed, meaning anyone who mildly disagrees with them.
Be mean to them. If they feel bad, if they feel harassed, honestly, great. I don't give a f***. 'Em. Each and every one of them. We need to be mean to these guys. We need to be assholes. They deserve it.
He knows the guy he's supporting is doing this and purposely promotes him anyway. A week passes and they're talking out about my docs and peddling lies about my wife to discredit valid criticism about them. They're just trying to assassinate my character.
You're just doing investigative journalism. They're saying Bad Empanada unearthed that. Is that true? I think Bad Empanada or somebody unearthed like the WillyMacShow's getting married to like an IDF lady or something, which makes sense. He was the guy who did the big expose on like you with the Al Ali bombing, hospital bombing, right?
Yeah. He's a brilliant political.
So as we've seen, it was just a lie. He didn't. His wife moved here when she was 3 or whatever he said. That maybe that's a lie, and that's what she told him, and she's really an IDF soldier, but it's stupid. I'm going to just take him for his word, but again, it's just like a xenophobic belief of like, oh, you're Israeli? All Israelis have to be in the IDF. That means all Israelis it's like this, again, and that's why it's like you just have to do like the step-by-step to go, you're xenophobic because you don't like Israelis. Well, I don't mind, like, Arab Israeli citizens, the Druze Israeli citizens, the Palestinians, Israelis that are living in Israel. I don't even mind. But then it's like, well, then who is it? It's the ultra nationalistic Jewish Israelis that they care about, which is where the racism then comes from. And that's why it's like you gotta just like break it down for them so that they see that they're fucking idiots, and at least if they don't want to argue with it, then their fans will at least see it. Any hater that sees me say it enough times has to fucking believe it at some point, because there's no way they could just keep going, no.
Probably one of the best minds
He
in
just cares
politics
about
right
the
now.
truth. So yeah, compromise.
Like, man, I just keep forgetting. You could justify anything as long as you're more pro-Palestine than the other guy. I want to end this video with a story. When I was at my most overwhelmed figuring out all the new logistics for the wedding, Ethan Klein actually hit me up and offered to organize security for it so everyone could have peace of mind and enjoy the day. He had no reason to do that. I don't know Ethan. I've made videos on him in the past, but he reached out anyway and lent a hand when he had no reason to. What got me was a text he sent me saying, "I got you, bro. Don't worry, your wedding will be perfect." It was, so thank you. Subscribe to the channel and buy a wallet. Shout out to the homies over on Patreon: Crimson Glass, Riveter, Christina Vina, Draco Bex, Necro Valley, The Confusing Opinion, Eddie Biz.
Good stuff. Now for the final thing I want to talk about. I know I put Howie Mandel in the title, but it's a little bit of clickbait. It's Marc Maron on Howie Mandel Does Stuff, as well as on Bad Friends. And the crazy part about him on Bad Friends is, on Bad Friends they cut him out, like they cut him out of the title in the thumbnail, which is crazy. Sorry, one sec. Max Rose. There we go. See, they completely cut him out of the thumbnail altogether, cut him out of the title. They have a one clip, one section. He's through most of the podcast. Like he comes in 20 minutes, like 20 minutes into the podcast, and then is there for the rest of the hour. He was there for an hour. And they have one clip with his name on it, or two clips with his name on it. A few that are about the discussions they have with him. But these are all because he's been coming out against Joe Rogan. And the Joe Rogan sphere is starting to crumble before our very eyes. So we're going to start with Howie, because honestly, I love Howie. Seems like a decent guy. But he also seems like he's just afraid to... Because he's neurotic, he's a neurotic guy. So he... Sorry, I'm trying to get this right. But, I forgot what I was going to say now. But yeah, let's just see what he has to say about Joe Rogan. He doesn't call him out by name here, but I don't think there's a Joe Ray.
And movements. So whether they knew it or not, that's what they were spearheading. So now it's reality, and you want to still keep kicking them?
I don't know that the
this title is terrible. Ouch.
Comedians have had that much power.
Are you fucking out of your mind?
No, I'm being serious.
Joe Rogan. I'm not gonna.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
You know, you can't separate. Like, if the movement is like, we're being censored. No, you're not. You're not. There's no constitutional censorship issue with your free speech. You say things, and in a democratic shit show of an environment, like Twitter or whatever, there's cultural pushback. And I'm not saying that it wasn't. It was pretty bad in terms of people getting canceled and stuff, and I agree that was an issue, but that's a specific issue. To frame it as some sort of free speech problem was a misdirect. It wasn't. It wasn't a free speech problem. It was that people were getting cultural pushback. That is not a constitutional issue. No one was being put in jail for saying anything. That's a free speech issue. But my problem is you're going to start talking about anti-woke, and that's going to be your point of view. That's going to be your ideological, grounding for what you do. Okay, that's fine. But why does it have to be the same 4 fucking things? It's like they talk about the same shit. And I don't know a better definition of hack. I mean, after a certain point, it's like, what juice does the word retard really have? How much shit do you have to give trans people? What is your big problem with gay people? What's your big problem with women? It's like, what is this, the fucking 80s again? And it's so, to me, the problem is that language evolves, okay? We don't use the word chink anymore. Well, maybe some of them do. You don't use the word or.
Going a little hard here, Mark, but I get the point. I get the sentiment. Don't drop the hard R real quick. Don't hit us with that one.
Oriental anymore. You don't use the word colored anymore. Is that in a democratic world, people learn to treat other people with respect, communities, and live with it. So this pushback, I don't know what it.
Oh, we do have a title and a thumbnail. Todd Smith breaks silence on David Dobrik. I did see a little bit of something about this, but I didn't get enough info on it because I was kind of scrambling to get this all together this morning. Had a lot to do. Sorry, everybody. But this should be interesting. If it's big enough, maybe I'll talk about it on Wednesday, but we'll see. But let me continue. I do think that this is a great perspective because it needs to be said more by actual comedians because so many of them want to be like part of this like in crowd that like we really do need to have like the actual comedians, the people on this higher level come out and be the voices for the voiceless, as cringy as that may sound. Can you imagine how bad Howie would be sweating if that had been a live episode? I mean, they just left it in anyways, which is kind of crazy. I don't know why they didn't just bleep it.
I don't know how you frame it as anything other than.
But I think it's an outward vocalization of the time. I just went and saw Ricky Gervais at the Hollywood Bowl.
What a bore.
No, brilliant.
You loved it.
I loved it.
All right, go ahead.
Fucking brilliant.
All right.
Fucking brilliant. And he talked about kind of like this on stage. I think this new show is called Mortality. And he talked about, what we are appalled at or what we think is stupid is all about the time. And this is what I'm talking about, our cultural shift. We're not shifting it, it's shifting. He goes like, listen, right now, everybody talks, the worst thing you can be is a racist. You can't, and it is right now. I mean, if that's probably the number one negative.
I don't think that's true. I think that maybe since he's written that show, the screw is turned. It doesn't seem to be the most negative thing at all. But we have a president who's a racist. And he's very popular.
He's not identified as one, though.
Well, how much digging do you have to do? Get me on a computer. I can do it in 2 clicks.
No, I know, but half the country doesn't.
Okay, so they've moved on here. I do think it's interesting. He didn't want to call out Joe Rogan there just because I think he was trying to, play a nice game. You don't want to be too rude. But I think this is where it is right here. I know they don't talk about him a whole lot in this episode.
With the video podcast.
With the video, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, me and who else?
Rogan.
Okay.
Who's that?
Joe Rogan.
Joe,
Joseph Rogan?
Yeah, he's out of Texas.
Oh, Texas. Got it.
Yeah.
I got it.
Got it.
Yeah. You love Austin, don't you?
He's running half the planet out of Texas.
Yeah.
He's got a tight hold on the enlightened meatheads.
Dude, Maron's disdain.
It's not disdain. It's reasonable.
Oh, I
criticism.
actually hadn't realized. This actually came out a day before the Howie Mandel one. I wonder if they were filmed around the same time or not. Because I do find it interesting. Maybe he just didn't feel comfortable talking that way around Howie, but he knows Joe Rogan and Bobby Lee have had beef before. They've had like some issues. So maybe Marc Maron felt a little more comfortable kind of just letting loose.
Reasonable criticism.
Yeah.
When's the last time you spoke with him?
I don't know. That's a good question. I guess it would have been at the store. I never talked to him in Austin. I don't go into the club. I don't really think I'm on his radar. So
Something tells me you are.
Oh yeah.
Something tells me you are.
I don't. It's weird that you get lumped into a certain thing, and maybe it's my assumption that his army of healthy fellas.
Is that their title? Army of Healthy Fellas is so good.
No, you just got to, got to stay.
See, I love Bobby's really into it. Andrew seems nervous. Andrew Santino seems a bit nervous here, but Bobby's fully leaned in. He's like, "Let me hear it. Come on, give me the tea."
Is that their title? Army of Healthy Fellas is so good.
No, you just got to, got to stay and keep the machine.
The machine's got to be good.
Yeah.
That's a shot at Bert. Go ahead.
What do you think the Austin shelf life is going to be?
Well, I don't know. Like, I think that it's so effectively tribalized at this point. It really comes down to material. I mean, at what point, it's like whatever they represented in terms of policy. And it's not a stretch. It's like they won. Trans people are frightened. They have no ability to get health care anymore. And they're afraid of being alive and have no freedom left. So that's done. When do you stop with the jokes? And like immigrants, okay, well they're being ripped away from their homes, and they're all terrified, and okay, so that's done. When do you stop with the jokes?
Right.
I mean, it's one thing to pick on the vulnerable and the marginalized, but I mean, they're down.
Hey. We never said it was wrong to pick on the vulnerable and the marginalized, but it gets to a point where you have to just say, we got to call it quits.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
they're down.
why do you got to keep hitting them? Unless you're a hack. Now, there's a question.
Yeah, they must have been filmed around the same time because he's kind of hitting the same point here. I'm going to skip ahead in a second because he talks about podcasting later. It might be a bit. But, it's about like the oversaturation in this whole, like, not just in podcasting but in comedy in general, and kind of this whole sentiment that things have kind of been overdone. It's played out now. When do you let things go?
Wow, Mark. Wow.
He comes in swinging.
Yeah.
No, so I don't know the last time I talked to Joe. People for a while were like, why don't you go on Joe's show? And my answer to that is like, why?
Why? Right. Well,
it
doesn't service you.
Well, no, I don't need him, and also there's no way for me to, like, what am I going to talk to him about? And there's no way for me to sort of not walk out of there and be like, all right, I guess I'll look at my phone. Oh, fuck. How long is this going to go on for?
Right.
But it's like Martin Luther King and Malcolm X made me meeting at one point. Don't you think? Let's go historical with it.
Say it again.
Malcolm X and.
Did he just say? What did he say?
How long is this going to go on for?
Right.
But it's like Martin Luther King and Malcolm X made me meeting at one point. Don't you think? Let's go historical with it.
Say it again.
Malcolm
For
X.
For a second, I thought he said Martin Luther X, but no, he said it right. He got it. With Alfred E. Newman tattooed on his bicep right here. Is that new? I've never noticed that before. But I don't. Which one's which? Is Joe Rogan Malcolm X? When's he going to go to Fuck, the joke just got ruined. When's he going to go to Mecca? There we go, I remembered.
Martin Luther King meeting They've met at one point.
Yeah.
Well, that's right. And
pioneers of the civil rights movement.
Which one is Malcolm X and which one's Martin Luther King?
Martin Luther King.
I don't really think
that's not Martin Luther.
The analogy doesn't work.
No, no.
He's
so bad at analogies. Let him keep going with this. It's going to get funnier as it goes on.
Yeah. Okay. Let me go with more analogies.
He's like, this is if Hitler's and Goebbels had to hang out off the work site.
Why, one of those is right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you got half that analogy.
Okay, yeah.
See,
Mark, why could you just once support me? You know what I mean? With an analogy.
Shut up.
But that was just wrong. It brought race into it in a very profound way. Yeah. And I would.
Mine was angled and funny and distant. It went somewhere else.
Yeah, I think on one side of that, there's a guy that's aggressively fighting for the civil rights of victimized white people. God knows they've had it hard enough for a long enough time. But
has Joe asked you?
No.
Oh.
Here's a better angle.
Adam used to go like, hey, what? And I'm like, no, why?
Well, because it's interesting being someone like us on the outside of it and watching you.
Oh, you got 1 foot in, baby.
Well, yeah, it's it's right up your ass.
Yeah, that's the other foot.
I think what it is for me is I would love to see you guys chat, but I'd love to see you guys chat in neither of your arenas. It would be the only way it'd be legit. Because if you have to go to his show, not going to work.
Very good.
He has to go to your house, not going to work. You guys would have to do this thing.
It's like setting up a mob meeting
here.
No, seriously.
They should do it here.
Moderated.
You should do it here at Bad Friends.
They should do it here.
It would piss both of them off so fucking much.
Yeah.
Look at the art behind them.
I know.
It would just be of us.
This would be good. Neutral ground.
But you do have to understand something. I have known.
Honestly, it would be pretty funny to just get it all redone as Marc Maron and Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan's got the money for it, so he could get it done. Just get every piece recreated as them.
It would just be of us.
This would be good. Neutral ground.
Nah, see, Joe's got the money where he'd go, well, why don't I just build it in my studio? I can build a recreation.
But you do have to understand something. I have known Joe since he started.
Yeah.
I mean, literally since he first set foot on stage.
In Boston.
I was there.
Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember my initial issues where there was another guy, Kevin Flynn, who's out of the game. And he was like a soccer jock. And at that time, Joe was like a regional kickboxing champion. And my initial reaction was like, what are these guys doing here? This isn't for them. It's like Louis once said to me years ago when Jay Moore started in New York when he was like 17. He's like, it's not for them. It's not for the good-looking guys. It's not for the jocks. This is for us rejects, us guys who don't fit in. That's what comedy was. Right?
By the way, was Jay Moore that good looking? Am I crazy?
He was cute back then.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, but let's be honest. Let's go back to the truth tree then. Marc Maron is a good-looking guy.
Not always. I was
Marc
a little
Maron,
sweaty.
You're a good dude. Why are you getting TV shows every fucking second, man?
And we'll get to
Not
that.
for my looks.
We'll get to that in a second.
It is. There's competition. There's your face. I've seen you on screen.
No, he's a handsome guy. It's annoying.
You have great angles on your face.
When you were young.
Now.
Yes, you're right. You matured. When you were young, you were hideous. You were a hideous.
Okay, now they're just talking about each other's appearances. Or
this man to look at.
I was sweaty and bloated and long hair. But getting back to Joe, look, I imagine.
All right.
Sex machine, dude.
Yeah. Oh, that was okay.
Ladies, who's that? That's a hot.
But look, I could.
Sex machine, dude.
this is like the guy you work with that you don't realize gets a lot of tail. You know what I mean? All kinds. All types of flavors, if you will.
Oh, that was okay.
Ladies, who's that? That's a hot.
But look, I really couldn't land on a look, could I?
Yeah.
God, you really rotated. Now go to the Comedy Central photo down below.
Yeah.
Awful.
That was a bad night.
I mean, this is what anti-Semites dream of.
No, that's not quite. That's not quite a full Jew. I would say full Jew. Look at the one of me and Sam Kinison. That is me at my drugged out fucking best.
Wait,
wow.
I saw someone say that Sam Kinison, like, Adam Sandler is just doing a Sam Kinison, and it just made so much sense. Like, it's the trying to yell to make a bit funnier, but Sam Kinison had the voice to be able to yell properly and didn't just sound like some, I don't know, just some nasally Adam Sandler.
A legendary photo.
That's such a good photo.
What a crazy! I was out of my.
He low-key in this one kind of looks like Mitch Hedberg a little bit.
Wow. What a legendary
Just
photo.
a little.
That's such a good photo.
What a
Crazy.
great
I was
photo.
out of my mind.
I know.
Out of my mind. Everything had a reason.
Was that at
Shirt,
Crest Hill?
That was.
Did
in
you
that
live in
back,
Crest Hill?
That was. Yeah, I did. That was in the back lot.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Was that Fitz? Was that you and a young Fitz? In the
Yeah,
front?
yeah. That
Was Joe Rogan ever good looking? Joe Rogan young. I think he was like he was a good looking guy. He's a handsome looking guy. He's a decent looking guy. I'm a nice guy. See? It's pretty good. What a stud. And then you can see the hair starting to go. The human growth hormones taking effect.
That was in Boston. Me and Fitz. Yeah.
Look at
yeah.
that, dude.
Oh my God, dude.
I've never
Yeah.
seen this photo. Look at how jacked Fitz looks.
Wow.
And then up there on the where's that one of me and Dave Cross in the red shirt? Dave Cross. It was probably in the mid '90s. Yeah. Hey.
Oh my God. Dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
But that night for the Comedy Central, the first half hours, I fucked it, man. It was so sad, dude, because I got out here, I wasn't living out here, and I was still doing coke then, right?
And that he never looks the same. In this, not too much. I looked it up, and it's not okay. It's kind of a bad example. I was gonna say he looks a little bit like, is it Rick Moranis? Okay, I did get it right. Rick Moranis, but not really. Maybe a Green brother.
Oh my God. Dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
But that night for the Comedy Central, the first half hours, I fucked it, man. It was so sad, dude, because I got out here, I wasn't living out here, and I was still doing coke then, right? And I had one guy who would get me the blow here, right? And it was you remember Bob Baker?
Oh yeah.
Sure. Bob Baker.
Bob Baker did.
I couldn't trust Chewy, but Baker had other connections. You know,
Chewy had other connections.
You know, Chewy,
House of Blues, you can get in there for free.
Yeah, but nonetheless, I don't know what happened to Baker, but he wasn't a dealer. But he was here, and I would say like I'm coming out, try to get some. So I was really dead set on like trying to keep clean before that special, and I thought I did, because I was like, I'll just do a little the night before, but I'll stop at like 6 at night, and. But needless to say, I didn't sleep much, and I tanked. I didn't tank, but it was not good. It was the same. That was like the same night that Hedberg, whether it was that night or the night after, did the special that made him.
Yeah.
But he didn't do well either. But he was him.
I was at that special.
Yeah, that was at the Ivy.
He bombed so bad.
Well, and he talks about it in the special, right? Doesn't he talk
He
about
stops
eating
at one
shit?
point and comes out again. It was weird.
But it took.
Okay, so they're moving on from Joe here, and then I want to move down because they talk about podcasting.
Say this now.
Right. I'm going to say what I want to say.
Yeah.
And also, why'd you quit your podcast?
That's Bobby's question.
I know, but Bobby, go ahead and ask it.
Well, because
I texted you, didn't I? And what did I say?
You said
it was very nice.
Yeah, he said congratulations.
I said thank you, Podfather. And
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
good luck in the future.
Yeah.
Did I say anything? I don't
No, you fucking did. Of course you didn't text.
No, you were like, why?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Why? I'll tell you why I was mystified by it. Is that
Yeah.
right? The word?
Sure, that works.
Yeah, I love when he tries.
God, you
It did
guys-
work, but
like,
I
if
love it.
If it were the 40s, you guys would be the best team, because you'd be like, what, Bobby? You'd be like,
All right.
Don't you think we're a good throwback
that
to
wasn't
old
that
comedy
wasn't even
teams?
an Asian thing.
No.
That was just a tone.
Sounded like Asian.
No, it was just like,
Yeah. I've heard villagers say that.
We are like a good comedy duo from the old days.
Totally.
Of like the old stupid wackadoo.
You're the straight guy, and he's the wacky guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Classic. You're like Marty Allen.
Go ahead, wacky guy.
Hello there. That's Marty Allen. Hello there.
See, that was racist. Do you see what he did?
Yeah, I see what this is now.
Yeah.
No, that's
It's a team up. It's
No,
an
it's-
old school team up.
It's a team 'em up.
It's
Go
a
ahead,
team 'em up.
Bobby. Let's be serious.
So let's be serious for a second. Because you've had, I think, the best guests. I mean, you could imagine.
Thank you.
You've had.
Oh yeah, I talked about the Liver King Joe Rogan thing briefly. Crazy stuff. Liver King's definitely on his insanity arc.
Leo, right? Brad Pitt.
Mm-hmm.
Barack Obama.
Yep.
Right.
In that order, by the way.
Yep.
It goes Leo, Brad Pitt,
Yeah.
Barack Obama.
One of the best moments of the podcast, we had Barack Obama on, and then President Obama, and then me and my producer did a sort of post talk about what it was like to have the president on, and people were like, "Who are you going to put on after that?" And we were like, "I think Rich Voss."
Wow. Rich Voss, very funny. Little drop though.
The best.
A little drop from the president of the United States.
Voss is so funny. I've known him forever.
He's so funny.
So funny.
I knew him when I was starting out in Boston. He used to come up from New York, and back then he had like this Jerry curl Italian ponytail, with little Italian horn necklace. But he was always something. But it was so funny. I had a great interaction with him because he knows Norton, and I'm friends with Norton, and I haven't talked to Norton in a while. And I saw Voss at the Comedy Store, and I'm like, "How's Jimmy doing? Is Jimmy doing all right? How I heard from him?" And he goes, "Jimmy's great. He's got a beautiful wife with a huge cock."
All true.
All true. Yeah.
Why'd you make the decision?
Your hair looks good, buddy.
Please stop.
It does.
Stop with this.
It does.
Yeah, I'm not. You know what, guy?
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
You're misreading me again.
No, I'm not misreading
you. Yes, you are. You always think that I'm like condescending or I'm busting your balls. I'm being.
Oh, it's because of the history we once had.
Yeah, but
at one point you didn't like me.
No, that's not true. That was all in your head.
Okay.
At one point, he doesn't like everybody.
That's not true. I'm just.
But then he learns to like you a little bit.
I'm just guarded. It's not that
You've never had a point where you didn't like him or you didn't like me?
I never didn't like you. I didn't know you.
There we we go.
That's how he does it.
That's how he does it.
That's how he does it. Yeah.
All right, good. I didn't know you either. I just treated you like shit.
And here's the problem.
I would argue that I didn't treat you like shit. I may have come off as a lot of people think arrogant, but it's not. I'm just guarded.
If everybody thinks it. May it be
but
true?
But you know me now.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
I love you.
I'm a pretty softy guy.
Great guy. Sensitive.
Once you get the key to me.
Yeah.
But here's the problem, Mark. Yes, that is to be true. The problem is losers like us.
No.
Yeah, we fucking loved you through it because we were like, I still really like him and I really want him to like me, but I don't think he likes me. And we did that, and we all did that.
Although I was so. Did I tell you about Oklahoma City?
No.
See, I'm trying to get this. I might have skipped to the wrong part. Was this part of the conversation in the beginning? Okay, I know there's no sound. Wait, what? I might be crossing them in my brain. I watched them both last night, trying to remember the clips. Maybe it was on Howie Mandel podcast.
Probably the #1
Sorry, everybody. I'm floundering. No, yeah. I mean, it is kind of sad, the Liver King thing, but genuinely, I'm kind of like under the impression that, he's been. There's no way people in his life haven't told him that the copious amounts of steroids and stuff that he was taking, the insane regimen that he was on, didn't at least have the possibility of having disastrous psychological effects. So I don't know. Oh, it was on here. My bad.
To afford me will do, either creatively or personally or just otherwise.
Speaking of which, go ahead.
Do you think the world of podcasting has just become kind of oversaturated now that...
Well, it's obviously become oversaturated and nobody ever shuts up. So whatever it is, it's not that interesting anymore.
And if you there's nobody holding you back. If you think you've made the wrong decision or you change your mind, you can come back.
Yeah, come back is what I don't know. I know that there are a lot of people that rely on me in a way. I do a certain type of show that seems to bring a lot of comfort to a certain type of person.
Who do you comfort?
I comfort, kind of usually sensitive, creative, progressive people who, struggle with a lot of different things. I mean, it's a broad audience, but I have gotten, hundreds of emails about people thanking me that, I helped them get sober, that I talked them off the ledge, that I saved their life, that, and I know I'm sensitive to that part of my audience, and it's a large part of it. And I feel there is a weight of that. There's a funny story in the Comedy Store. It's very funny. You'll like it because it's where you come from. I was in the hallway. I was talking to Dice. You know, this is like only like maybe a year ago. You know, Dice is Dice. I love him, and he's sort of like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna do the garden. You know, whatever the hell. You know, that's all gonna happen. You know, and we're just having the conversation. He's talking at me, and a guy walks up to me. He goes, I'm sorry to interrupt you guys, but Mark, listen, I was going to email you. It's really amazing. I'm seeing you in person. I just want to, I want to thank you, for what you do, the podcast. It really got me through a dark time, and I just, I really appreciate it. I'm very grateful to you. I just wanted to say that. Thanks. And I'm like, glad to help out, buddy. And he walks away. And Dice says, I never get that. Yeah, you're the reason I lost my job. You're the reason I got kicked out of school. You're the reason my wife left me.
That's a great story. But that's what you brought. And I don't know you that well.
You mad at me?
Not at all.
Okay.
Are you mad at me?
No. I
thought
I took a couple shots at you on stage last night.
I know. I saw that last night.
Pretty funny though.
Yeah, it was funny. Funny in the. I felt bad. So just to fill you in, I went to the Comedy Store last night.
Funny in that I felt bad. Sometimes Howie's just. I think Howie is a true just neurotic person. He's a people pleaser. He can't say no. He is the yes man.
Like that's where I saw Mark.
Yeah.
Come on tomorrow.
He's the yes man until you ask for a handshake or a hug.
And he was nice enough and gracious enough to say yes.
Yeah.
And then I'll tell you what happened. I'll give you the lead up to this. It's the first time I worked in front of an audience, and they had those. What's it called? Flounder. What's the thing where they have the
Liver King dying from liver failure. I'm locking my bed in. At least he'll die doing what he loved. Taking copious amounts of steroids and other narcotics.
What do they call Yonder.
Oh yeah, but they put the phones in the bags.
They put the phone in the bags.
Yeah.
Nobody had access to a phone. I haven't been anywhere.
Joe Rogan's, don't they do that?
Yeah, Joe Rogan's Club. Yeah.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
No, they do it. They do it.
I just learned that they do that in schools now. Like all the schools are supposed to start doing it. It's fucking insane. My parents literally told me, when I was in school, when I was in high school, yeah, that's your phone. They don't get to take it to the office or do anything like that, and they can call us if they need to, discuss that. Obviously, if I'm on my phone, I might get it taken away. And then that makes things difficult. But, it's I do find it so weird to be we're going to lock it up. We're going to lock up your phone.
They do it for certain acts. There were certain acts.
Chappelle was the one who brought it to fruition.
Right.
Well, they've always done you can't bring out your cameras, right? They do that at a lot of comedy clubs and comedy shows. But Norm Macdonald, one of his bits that he has done was a bit about Hitler's dog, and the ending of the joke is him going, Hitler's dog would be like, Himmler, all you guys, I love you all, but Hitler's just the greatest man alive, and that's why we can't let any of you guys bring in cameras, because you're going to record that and post it everywhere, and I'll be on Twitter. Clip it now, post it, do it.
Right. Yeah, and it's not a bad idea. It's funny. I don't care. My fans. This is the thing about my fans. They're decent adult people. I've never had an issue with people taping shit and putting it up there.
Well, so I'm a little bit more protective than you probably, just by we're both neurotic, but I'm suffering all the time for being neurotic, and
you're also on a family network
that was
show.
what I was going to say. I love my job on AGT. I work for NBC.
I see. So you're worried you're going to get in trouble for talking dirty.
Yeah, my favorite thing out of everything I do, and sorry if this offends you, young lady, but is stand-up comedy.
Not being a father.
That's a different area.
Yeah.
No, we can't. You can't put them in the same thing.
All right.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Well, and you can see the issues.
Huh?
You see the issues.
Sure, but of course it's not being a father. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So I saw this, and I just, not since the 70s at the Comedy Store did I feel like, oh my God. So
Freedom.
I did a primal scream last night. I don't think I did well. I think I just...
You did well.
No, well, I think people were responding, but it was the guy from AT&T that was yelling out. You were there, Kyle. I was using language and terms and just screaming, a primal scream of just verbal vocabulary freedom.
Yeah,
you know,
good
and
for you.
And it felt like, I got on such a high, just such a, like, haven't been able to do this.
But what do you do? But you do stand up still.
Yeah.
Like
But-
what? But like what? Vegas? Where do you go?
I play Vegas everywhere. I'll go anywhere. Go to HowieMandel.com. But there is.
But so you do a clean set?
No, but I don't.
But you're cognizant of.
All right, show me.
Oh no, I'm trying to find the right part. Did they cut that part out? Oh no, here it is.
Show us child pornography.
Offending people are getting canceled for your network.
And I don't think it's
gigs.
is happening. I think the pendulum has come back somewhat.
Yeah.
But you know, I've got very close friends who.
Yeah,
are
but
just,
you're also not the kind of guy that's going to necessarily say that kind of shit.
If I got my phone taken away at the beginning of my school day and got it back at the end of the school day, I'd be hitting the Benjamin in the bathroom all day long. Ain't nothing they can do to stop me.
That would really get you in trouble.
No, but what I've loved about stand-up and what stand-up gave me is, you know, I think we're similar. I've listened to you in the past. You know, I had a hard...
We're officially a minute late. Every time. Tomatoes.
You know, my family was very supportive, but
Yeah.
I have mental health issues.
Yeah.
Just being present is somewhat of a struggle, and I found that stand-up comedy gave me a place to kind of live in the now.
I think that's. I think I have a bit of that. Yeah.
I think you do.
Yeah.
And listening to you, that's what I feel a kinship to you.
Yeah.
Much closer to you than you probably think we are. But
I absolutely think we're similar.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I've never had this discussion with you.
Well, it's nice.
So it is nice,
Yeah.
and I respect you, and I think you're a very smart guy, and
Before we were hitting cartridges at school, one of my friends freshman year brought a dry herb vaporizer, and we smoked in in the courtyard. Big ups to him.
Funny.
Yes,
Well,
it's very funny.
That's good.
Until you start shitting on me like you did last night, but that's okay. That's what he did.
I didn't hear it. I want to hear what he said.
Well, I was in such a high. I left the stage, and then I was fucking around backstage, and the door was open, and I didn't realize that I've been told by you how loud I am.
Yeah. And I told him to shut the door, but that was after I took 2 shots at him on jokes.
Yeah.
But I thought they were pretty funny.
Tell her.
What did I say?
Go on.
Oh, after you got off, I just took a beat up there on stage, and I took the mic out, and I said, they never stop, these guys.
Like it's time for me to go.
I get it. I get the joke.
I
You
know.
don't have to explain it to me.
I heard that. I heard that. What, did you hear something, Rich?
Yeah, then he
And
said
then-
that they're making him laugh like it's 1972.
Oh, yeah, he killed it like it's 1978. He killed like it was 1978. And then I started doing the hand, right?
Yeah.
So I started doing that. And then when I told him I said, shut the door, Jesus. I said, he's still going back there with the hand. He's in the dressing room.
And I felt so terrible. And I said to Rich, I said, let's go. I don't even want to face him. And I
was all
wonder if he's
good
going to
fun.
show up today. I know. But I don't know you that well
I'm
know.
always worried that I'm gonna go too far because I'm not great at busting balls.
He is very sensitive too.
No, I know we all are.
Yeah.
And
We didn't have cell phones when I was in high school. I had a car phone when I was a senior, but it was for emergencies only. That's pretty bougie. That's a big flex. Call room service in the car.
Come off like we're not.
Well, I learned to take it. You got to take it. But
Get a reverse a DoorDash.
sometimes it's a little mean, but I have certain ways of, you only got 15 minutes at that place. So if you're going on after a strong act, without, there's things I'll say to get them into my groove, because my groove is different. I'm very sort of organic. I need the space to, get out of the rhythm that a lot of you guys do. And so I have things that I say to, like if Paulie goes on before me, he'll bring me up and I'll get on stage and I'll go, yep, that's what he looks like now. And,
But all comedy is mean. That's my contention.
I just got to get that one beat so I can, change the speed. Like if I follow Eliza or Whitney, I'll usually say, okay, let's just take it down a notch. Just a beat that is sometimes at the expense of somebody, but not personally hostile, to reconfigure them. Because you remember when you're starting out, which I'm not, but sometimes if you're following somebody, that's, does a thing that's big or it's very strong, you're going to take 5 minutes.
But that's why they always put Dice. You were talking about Dice.
Yeah.
Mitzi ended up realizing that and putting him on at 1 o'clock in the morning because.
But that's probably how he became him.
It is.
Yeah, I mean, you got to fight it out, and you get a little more time sometimes at that hour. You can do shit that you can't do at 8.
Right.
It makes sense. But I always sometimes I'm like, shit, did I go too far?
Nate's bullshitting us. Look. Oh, I think chat's blocking it. But Nate said, I delayed the stream because there's too much Moodang love. Whatever will we do now? Moodang is getting too much love and affection.
Mean. And I have to apologize for that. But I think that yours was on the level.
I asked you about that last night. Yeah, but you get into, there's been like controversy between you and other comics, right?
Not too much. I mean, there was like recently. I don't find that that's true, but there was a guy that was talking shit about me for a while, and it was brought to my attention. I really didn't know who he was, and it was really his problem. But it's like, he's publicly, talking shit, and and he recently got passed over the store, and I had to, just say, you can be all right, or what do we? Yeah, I work here, so are you okay?
Can I say his name? Or
Jeff Dye.
Jeff Dye.
Yeah, I mean, and
you didn't even know who he was.
I didn't. I really didn't, but it was like,
yeah, weren't those the good old days when Ethan said the podcast was going to start at 12 from now on? I miss those days.
When you talk shit, and we all do it to a certain degree, and that's another thing about podcasts and why it's saturated, is that you hear these stories now. All of a sudden, like, there are the clickbait world feeds on little tidbits of garbage. And, after a certain point, people have been around a while. They'll just start throwing dead people under the bus. I was upset with Olivier once and he fucked a dog. And you're like, wait, what? And then all of a sudden that becomes news. And it's like.
I mean, I can understand why that would become news. I can't lie. Just a little odd.
That culture. Olivier once and he fucked a dog, and you're like, wait, what? And then
that would be my reaction, I have to say. Wait, what?
All of a sudden that becomes news, and it's like, that culture of that is nothing but destructive. So when someone's talking shit and they continue to do it, and you're alive, it behooves you to, instead of engage in a public way, to go, would you want to resolve this, or you just want to keep talking shit?
Do you engage at all? Are you familiar with, do you care about pop culture?
Here, wait, sorry.
A bit, like what?
Do you watch reality TV?
No. I don't watch reality TV. I don't listen to podcasts. I didn't pay attention to the Diddy trial. I don't know what the Kardashians do. I don't. And, I kind of live my life in the vacuum of things that interest me, and none of that is that.
Howie Mandel here. Ever feel like you've been hit by a bus? Turns out a lot of us are running on empty thanks to vitamin deficiencies. Marcus Products has a lineup made straight from the earth. to help you stop feeling like a zombie. From the green formula to herbal super vitamin C and even a cookbook called Love on the Plate, Marcus has something for everyone. No fillers, no weird chemicals, and nothing that sounds like a side effect in a pharmaceutical ad. Head over.
Okay, they might watch a longer clip on the podcast, but we can watch the 47-second clip from Reddit. Todd from Vlog Squad speaks about David purposely complicating his relationship with Natalie, David's assistant. What is that?
What were you saying? Yeah, it kind of just ran its course. Like the first 2 years were fucking great before everything happened. We were like kids in love, right? You know?
Yeah.
Traveling and shit. And then I honestly, I didn't even want to fucking like get into it and like be disrespectful. But like after she started working for David as like a manager, it kind of like changed the course.
Yeah.
You
It's
know
almost like she's like
has 2 boyfriends.
Is Howie desperate for sponsors? I don't know. I think Howie just gets all of the fucking, like... I think Howie could probably get any sponsor, but he'll just take any sponsor, too. So the first one that hits him up, he's like, yeah, sure.
Over to marcusproducts.com. Use the code Howie10 for 10% off.
Do you guys think those are AI, like Joe Rogan's? Sorry. There's only 47 seconds. I need to just play it. Oh, wait, they started. God damn it. Well, I guess you'll have to wait and see, because the podcast just started. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. This has been Captain Quasar. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. This is Captain Quasar signing off. Sorry, everybody. We can't watch the clip. I'll watch it anyways. Here, real quick.
What were you saying?
Yeah, it kind of just ran its course. Like the first 2 years were fucking great before everything happened. We were like kids in love, right? You know?
Yeah.
Traveling and shit. And then I honestly, I didn't even want to fucking like get into it and like be disrespectful. But like after she started working for David as like a manager, it kind of like changed the course.
Yeah.
You
It's
know what I'm
almost
saying?
like she's like...
Has 2 boyfriends.
Yeah.
She's married and then has a boyfriend.
Yeah, you were the side piece, too.
I was a side piece,
You
yeah.
probably started feeling
It
like
was
you were
just
getting
weird. It was
treated like
I
the side piece.
Like David would kind of like break
And
into
then
her
he
house
would
whenever
still
wanted
do
to.
like the... Like...
And then he's-
relationship jokes, like
he-
the shipping jokes.
He would still like ship like her and like, or like do like sex jokes with like her, him, and Ilya. It got like fucking disturbing.
Yeah, the fuck.
Fucking weird.
Damn.
So fuck that shit.
Yeah, okay, I guess we'll get more details on the show today. Crazy stuff. Again, thank you so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. This is Captain Quasar signing off.